Happy morning, everyone. Thank you all for being so early, and thank you for being so patient while I navigate through my light system. I'm very glad to be here today to talk about energy food, which I think all of you are practicing regularly meditation, and how much energy food plays a significant role in our practice of meditation. Ronali ma'am, is that okay if I share my screen?
Yes, absolutely, ma'am.
Thank you. So we will be talking today about food, of course, but like we'll talk about energy food, how it plays a crucial role while we do our spiritual practices and how it amplifies our practice. So let me share my screen. So energy is so very important for all of us, right? We need it for every single thing that we do, from our daily activities to whatever we are doing, like whether it's work related or personal related or any manifestation, we do need energy for everything. And here you see three circles. Like one, there are three sources that where we can get our energy from. And energy from external sources, that inner circle that you see. And the middle circle is energy generated internally and energy innately inside, which is the largest circle. And we will like go through each circle and see how each of them help our bodies. So energy from external sources, which is like, if you look at the circles, three circles, majority of it is innately inside, and we will see how do we get tap onto that energy. But the inner circle inside, it says energy from external sources. How do we get it? Like it's mostly like 1% of what we need for our body. However, like whoever looks from the body perspective, we are body, mind, and soul, right? We are the triune of all these three things. So when you look at from like the body perspective, food definitely plays a significant role. However, like we do as spiritual practitioners of meditation, we know how the other two circles influence our energy. So we look at the energy from external sources, which is like food, optimal food intake, and food that is nourishes our body, which is right for the human body. And what is right for our human body? Anything that is like on, like if you look on a compassionate ground, or like, food that is right for our body, like for our digestive system, it's vegetarian food, Sattvic food. And vegetarian food is like mostly plant-based food, which does nourish our body. And Sattvic food is actually food that is less of spices and all these masalas. So sattvic food is like more of plant based, and they're close to nature, right? You are eating the foods in their whole form. Sattvic food is that. And then also like optimal water intake. 70% of our body is water. So having that water intake. However, we need to also see, like, when we talk about food, how much do we need? Do we have to like have a set time, like, okay, I need to have my breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning before I leave to work, or like have to have lunch? Listen to your body. That is the most important thing. Kids do that. Like, when you go to your child's pediatrician, they do say, let the child decide what they want. You don't want to like give a plate full of food and ask the child to eat the entire thing. They get to choose. Sometimes kids do eat on a day, they like to eat food, but sometimes they do not eat any. And we will let them, like, the pediatrician always says, like, let them decide what is best for their body. The same thing with us as adults too. Like, we need to decide what is good for our body. Like, we need to listen. If I'm too full now, I don't think I need, my body doesn't need any food right now. Then I don't have to have a typical like breakfast, lunch, dinner, those kind of meals. You can listen to your body and eat as much as you can or as less as you can. That's the, I think, listening to your body, like optimal food intake. And then same with the water too, like, optimal water intake. Whenever we are drinking water, I know sometimes like people who live in cold places, your body needs water, but like, not that because you have to have some people like put some timer and say, oh, this is my drinking time. Your body tells you like when you are thirsty, and then maybe like getting to that part, like where you can drink some water. So all these things, like this is energy from external sources. And another thing to remember is what kind of foods and like what emotions are we having while cooking the food. That's very, very important. Patri sir always reinforced this concept so much that when a person who is cooking the food, if they are like frustrated or angry, they need to take a break and then like, maybe sit for a few minutes of meditation or like go for a walk and then come back when you are like ready, and then do the preparing the food, because that food, that energy that you are carrying, that emotions that you are carrying play a vital role in the food that you prepare as well. So that's very important. So it also like meditation aids in like, we all know meditation is the key thing, like gives us the energy that we need for our body, the prana, the cosmic energy. When we sleep through the night and you wake up in the morning, you feel really fresh because the cosmic energy is like energizing your body. The same thing we all know, when we are practicing meditation, you're tapping into that cosmic energy, and meditation aids in that food optimal food intake. So when we are having a craving, like, let's say you want a dessert, like ice cream or something, and there is no good food or bad food. It's like what your body needs is the good food or the best food. Like I said, listening to your body is the key factor, and reduces cravings. Like, let's say if you're having a scoop of ice cream, we don't have to have like 5 scoops of ice cream, just like the taste of it. So if your cravings or addictions to certain foods, meditation slowly reduces our cravings. And also, it increases in the sensitivity in the body's needs, because when you are meditating consistently, you get more aware of everything, your thoughts, your needs of your body. So then you listen to your body very well, and eat when you're hungry. Like I said, like, you don't have to have like this time of food. Everybody is so different, like, each one of us do things differently, and it's absolutely okay. So just eating food when you're hungry. Don't eat food just because you have to eat it. And also eat optimally or moderately, less to more or more to less as needed. Easy digestion and absorption. Stress definitely plays a vital role in the digestion of the food. It impedes the digestive system. So when we are practicing meditation, it's we all know that it calms our brain, because we are less and less, we are of reducing our thoughts and getting back to our breath. We are being with our breath when we are practicing meditation. So that helps with the digestion and the absorption of the food. And any kind of like, alcohol or drugs, that meditation do help us with the de-addiction of the alcohol or drugs. And choosing the right foods for our body, like I said earlier, vegetarian food, sattvic food is no garlic or less spices. Sometimes this is my personal experience. When you eat foods with a lot of spices, look, just be aware of your thoughts and how you feel that day, compared to a day where you eat just sattvic food, like, let's say a typical South Indian meal, like, plain rice, dal, or some those foods, like, or rasam. They just gives us like so much of I feel very satisfied, and it gives so much of happiness. So you can compare the 2 days, like, when you are eating foods with like so much of spices. So do that experiment with yourself. I've done it and I've noticed the difference. And energy food, the higher energy due to better emotion. So when you are cooking food, especially making sure you're having those joyful thoughts, or like you're putting those affirmations into the food that you prepare for your family. You're putting so much of time into it, so why not do that with more awareness? This is energizing the food, and it is like, helping us all um, do the right things. Like whatever affirmations you need, we tailor our affirmations according to our family needs. But so I sometimes even like for water also we do that as well. Maybe most of you might have heard about the Japanese scientist experiment about water intake. Like, how they took two glasses of water, two bottles of water. One, they said like, I hate you, and the other one is like, I love you. And the crystal formation was much more different in the I hate you water, and because it's like scattered, the water molecules are all scattered. However, like the water with which says like, I love you, the water molecules like form a perfect mandala crystal formation. So we can do that experiment as well. And some people I see like, they do all these affirmations on their water bottles. So it's important for us to energize the food that we eat by putting positive thoughts, miraculous thoughts. We know about the four thoughts: positive, negative, disastrous, and miraculous. So, always as a meditator, our thoughts should be miraculous and positive. And fasting definitely helps with our practice of meditation and with the energy, conserving our energy, right? And we come back to the middle circle, which is like energy generated internally. How does that energy generates internally? Like optimal sleep. We don't some people do have that, like, oh, I need to have like my 8 hours sleep or 9 hours sleep. Your body tells you how much you need. You don't have to have like when we start practicing meditation, our sleep reduces to a significant amount too. That's again like, my personal experience. Sometimes if I have like sessions or work till like, late night, and I wake up in the morning, if I have something to do, today for our session, for instance, I woke up at 3:45 because we have to leave somewhere at 6 o'clock. So we don't feel that lack of energy when we do not have that 9 hour sleep. We still can do with it by regular practice of meditation. And then again, optimal and right thoughts. Like I said, thoughts create our reality. So having those miraculous and positive thoughts, it's very important. Having those thoughts like enhance our energy, whereas when we have like, negative thoughts, or they dissipate our energy so much, they deplete our energy. So we need to make sure about that. And optimal and right talking, speech plays again a significant role. And maybe most of you who know about Patri sir, or he used to really emphasize on speech. And we always can think about the three filter test, whether it's, is this word useful, truthful, or positive, before you say something. Even though it's like a random thing, just think before you speak. I always listen to this quote that I once found when I was a child. Think before you speak, but don't speak whatever you are thinking. It's so important. Like, we have so many thoughts in our mind. So just having that right speech and right emotions. When you are in that elevated state of emotions, you always enhance your energy. Whereas when we are in those low state of emotions, like, anger, frustration, those kind of things deplete our energy. So, since our topic today is energy food, when we think about food, we always think about the food that we consume, right? Like for our body, the water we drink. But these other factors also play a vital role. So, just please keep that in mind. And right work. So 40% of our lives we spend working, like, if it's a job or whatever we are doing. It's very important to do a work that enhances your energy, like, amplifies your energy. If we go to our work and complain about it, like, oh, I don't think I'm enjoying it, I think I need to change this, just maybe it is a time for you to change, or like maybe see how you can do things differently at the same job so that you can enjoy it and do it like more joyfully. So right work is very important. And optimal seeing, we always think like when we're practicing meditation, 80% of our energy is through eyes, right? So seeing the right things, whether it can be news or social media, what are we seeing and how is it affecting us? That's another very important thing, which plays a vital role for our energy as well. And conscious breathing, which we all like do when we are practicing meditation, but during the daytime, if there are some things that are affecting us where our energy is like either depleting, so we need to make sure, like, get our attention to our breath, just like 2 to 3 minutes of conscious breathing, and then get back to the work. You can notice much difference in that as well. And here, optimized thinking, we talked about a little bit about thinking. We all have 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day, and 95% are repetitive, and 80% are negative. So negative thoughts definitely drain our energy. Sometimes, if you notice, even if we don't do any physical work, just thinking about something will deplete our energy. You feel so tired, you feel so. Being aware of those negative thoughts, and which causes a lot of stress as well. And meditation eliminates this unwanted thinking, so we can conserve our energy, because we are like trying to reduce our thoughts during when we are sitting for meditation. Developing the right views for right thinking, like I said, positive and miraculous. And optimized speech, we went through this one, but like, speak only as needed when necessary, speaking concisely in simple words, and making sure it's aligning with your thought. And right speech, and the speech, like whatever word you're saying, the intention should be there, like, why am I speaking this right now? Is there an intention behind? All those things come into place as well. And the large circle is meditation, like the innate energy for the soul. So, body, mind, and soul. And this is the energy from the field, like the source energy. Meditation builds awareness of the body, and it also optimizes our external energy, and it optimizes our internal energy as well, and it unlocks our innate energy. When we are practicing meditation regularly and consistently, you can unlock that innate energy and connect to your source energy field. So, friends, please remember, like, when we are feeding our body like energy food, when we say energy does not only come from food, we need to think in terms of body, mind, and soul. So those are the three circles that I would like today to talk to you guys about it. And thank you so much for having me today here, and giving me this opportunity to share this knowledge with you.